Congressman Joe Courtney of Connecticut, U.S. Congressman, whether it was his staff or he himself, sent me an email asking to meet for, well, what are your issues? Well, my question to Joe Courtney is, do you care about children, the economy, and America? There's certain issues that are making this country no longer America. Before 9/11, should police be able to listen to all your phone calls, all your emails? Now, what if it is $40,000 to $50,000 per person to spy? I mean, for the infrastructure, all the facilities needed to store all that data, all the equipment, all the people. So if everybody's being spied on in the entire country, for whose safety is that? Is it for we the people, or is it for foreign corporations and international bankers? I mean, who's really kidding who on this? Before 9/11, police officers were reading my emails in Stafford Springs, Connecticut, and listening to my phone calls. How do I know this? They were making fun of me the next day. You know, after I have a private conversation with my wife in our master bedroom or in the kitchen. The next day, cops are laughing and bringing up specific information. Feeding macaroni and cheese to my wife. I guess some or at least one of the police officers wanted her because she's a former model. And macaroni and cheese contains butter. So because I was butter's fattening, they didn't want me feeding macaroni and cheese to my wife. Who owns who? Do we own ourselves? If laws are on the books, we want police officers telling us what we can eat, who we can date, who we can marry, what we can drive for cars, whether we can have a business. I mean, I was told by Stafford Police and Connecticut State Police that I was kicked out of Connecticut, that I wasn't allowed to write letters to the editor to print in the newspapers. I was not allowed to talk to elected officials. Police were posted outside of town hall and at public forums to prevent me from speaking. So I was denied my First Amendment rights, free speech, and allowed to redress my grievances. As far as the Second Amendment goes, prior to problems with police, they tried to recruit me. Both the state and town officers were asking me if I wanted to be a police officer, whether I wanted to work as an informant for certain perks. They wanted somebody to help collect revenue and confiscate property. They wanted to make sure that gun owners were identified, and whatever guns they had, either somebody breaks in their house and steals them, or the gun owner gets arrested or some sort of something's concocted because the property is their rights. Cop likes, it's mostly white male, likes your wife or who you're dating, you can end up being under investigation. If all phone calls and all emails being controlled, they can even go back in time as far as look at past emails and calls and figure out something to charge you with. Just, it's totally unfair. So the surveillance system, if you, even prior to 9/11, if you were upset about taxes being too high and you were vocal and you were part of a group, police were out to make sure that you were watched and then ruined if you got close to your objectives. If you wanted court reform, lawyers and judges and the state make all sorts of money, officially kidnapping kids, taking property. You can be elderly and drive through Connecticut, and what happens? You can end up having lawyers appointed for your best interests, and then the state and lawyers confiscate all of your property, and it's basically so they enrich themselves, and then the heirs don't get what's coming to them. And it's about stealing property. People that have had rental property have been run out of Connecticut for a long time. Somebody more important in the mafia, which is courts, the police, actual mafia, and the corporate entities that are coming into Connecticut. What about USB Bank? What about the drug line? What about all the money that's in a court case? It's in the worst case, you're not even supposed to bring up your foreign investments, which could be in USB Bank. So who runs the legislature? There's corporate money that's bribing the judges, the elected officials. It's banker money. It's organized crime. And we, the people, are all getting shafted. So, Joe Courtney, would you like to talk to me about what I've experienced? Having a police officer throw me up against my siding, telling me that my house isn't mine. I'm just the mere occupant for now. That my wife isn't good enough for me. This and that. And basically, police told me I wasn't allowed to own my house, even though I was currently mortgaged. That contractors and people who own rental property are self-employed. There's police informants out to ruin the self-employed. So taxpayer dollars are being paid to wreck people who are self-employed. Does that seem reasonable and correct to you? I mean, break up families, take children away from good parents. Taking people's houses, making them lose their Stafford Springs. There was a couple that had an art store. There was nothing that I saw wrong with it. Cops didn't like the art. They didn't get it. It wasn't erotic or perverted or anything. It was just standard art, and so they ran the couple out of the town. A guy that wasn't white had a pizza parlor, and he dated attractive women, and the state police didn't want somebody non-white running a pizza place and then dating women that they wanted to date. And it's just over and over again. They're wrecking small business, they're wrecking families, they're wrecking home ownership, and the agenda was, before 9/11, to steal people's legal guns. So if all sorts of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in Connecticut were used for the state police version of the CIA to wreck people's lives, would they stage a shooting at Newtown, Sandy Hook school? Have either informants, operatives, or actual special intelligence officers shooting kids in the school to blame, some idiot, and then end the Second Amendment. So, would you like to talk in 3 or 4 days? You have my email.